So for me, I think we already kind of know what Froyo's gonna do. They're gonna have Blaze and Yams be really aggressive and kind of have Banny sit with Cookie Jake, along with Habib, take the heals, and just kind of try to DM from there. What I'm looking for 100B, I'm looking for the scouts to kind of step up here. I know Jay has the ability to. He's got the DM for it. We'll see how they are able to play mentally, if they're able to play smart enough to beat Froyo Tech here. But my big key right now is going to be how the soldiers of Ash and Showstopper are going to be able to make room for their scouts. I think that the game overall is going to be kind of dictated by that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was watching Jay stream his scrims previously in the season. He's absolutely insane on Scout, especially too, because I know he plays on like a 1-inch 360. He kind of just hits everything and is able to just like indefinitely circle strafe and like jump around your team while taking no damage, and it's kind of insane. But I was gonna say, I think the Scout matchup is really what it's gonna come down to, and how the soldiers are able to affect that. I'd be hard to not favor Yomps and Blaze on this map. Again, they have been playing together for so long. They have a lot more synergies. Not that Ash and Showstopper haven't played together, but they haven't played recently. Show, I think, has been on break for about a year or so. I think it's been about a year since he last played. And it'll be interesting to see how they fit in with the core. Because I know, like I said, they have this old core of Ascent in Jay, Yite, and bot mode, kind of forming 100B.
Yeah, we'll have to see. 404 should know, because he played with Froyo Tech a couple of seasons before. That was he played with them the last season of ESCA, or the seasons before they had Nursey come back, correct?
Yeah, that was a little while ago. It was actually right around the I-58 time period, I want to say. Yeah, it was I-58 because he went to I-58 with them. And then they had Shade for a little while. They had Shade for like a year and a half. So it's been a hot minute since 404 has played with them, but the core of the team has remained roughly the same since 404 left, with having like Blaze, Banny, Eric, and Habib. And looks like they are waiting for the Kev and Lucrative match, the Rat Jail and MLX team to finish. Apparently they're watching that game on 100B, so we might be in it for a hot minute as we wait for that. It looks like they're going to ready up, though, as the game just ended.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to see what. Hopefully we start soon. Everyone's pretty much here. I think everyone's on server just DMing, waiting for that match to be over so we can get this one started.
Like I said, the 100B people are kind of messing around in chat. I don't know if they're actually watching it, but we are going to be readying up. As the countdown goes down, who are the players to watch on these mids, you think?
Let's see how bot mode does on this mid. I know Habib, he's he's been the best man in North America for a while. Let's see how bot mode is able to go up against him.
Well, it looks like both demos are going to be arriving at roughly the same time, but bot mode's going to mess up the ramp size. It's going to be a little slower than Habib. Showstopper's going to be rolling out fast, trying to get that early pressure on Habib. Along with bot mode, they're going to find that early damage, get him down to about half HP. Yomps is going to come into the counter aggression, trying to make space for his team. All of 100B is going to be grouped up on the right side, but they have no top control. Blaze has all of it. He's going to rain down a ton of damage, and Blaze is going to pick up 2 super early in this mid. But on the other side of things, Ash and bot mode were able to get across the point and find a ton of damage into Froyo. Eric, Yomps, and Cookie Jake are going to make it out, but it's going to be a first mid for 100B.
Yeah, they got the soldiers up top, but they were able to do the damage, but they just couldn't walk their scouts far forward enough to clean up on the damage that Blaze did to pretty much the whole combo of 100B. Like, they were so separated, but they just didn't have the follow-up there.
Yeah, everybody from Froyo is so aggressive in this choke. I think 100B was trying to go for a sack, kind of like in that downtime while spawns were coming in. They weren't quite set up, but it looks like Froyo's going to be able to get set up. They have both their scouts on the high ground. They're ready for it. Showstopper's going to be jumping in. Yeah, he's going to jump in. He's not going to find his man. He's just going to try and jump out on that one. Blaze is going to counter sack through the choke. He's going to go for the air shot on the bot mode. Not going to find that one. It's just the classic process. But Yomps is actually going to jump.
But Yomps is in with a shotgun. Doesn't get the kill on the demo, though. He was really low on bot mode.
Yeah, he was able to find a couple nice shotgun shots after a good first splash there. But bot mode's going to surf that one, and they're going to be trying to push this one, our 100B, knowing that they have both those soldier picks. Yeah, Ash is going to get in. They're actually going to get a better Uber.
That's a really bad force from Cookie Jake. They shouldn't have to use here. This Uber's really bad. They have no scouts to chase on this, or just at least not in position with Banny, so they're able to walk this full Uber advantage forward now. Pretty much take this for free unless they are forced from spam, or I don't see anybody getting in to get a bomb onto 404 right now. Yeah,
and 404 actually ate a spam pipe and a roller. He was down to about 25 HP behind the point. I don't know if Habib knew. Doesn't look like it because they didn't commit anybody. They're gonna Uber in through this one area. Jay's gonna get in. He's gonna find a nice clean 2 shots onto Cookie Jake as Showstopper's gonna clean up Blake. All of 100B is gonna be ending their Uber on this point. This is so good for 100B. It's just Habib versus 5. He's not gonna be able to win that. He's gonna get 2, but he should go down here shortly. And we're gonna see a first round for 100B coming out strong.
I'm surprised. Wow, that was a really clinical last push. That was just textbook. Kill things, get on the point. It was easy.
I like that a lot. And Showstopper with the in the chat, classic show. As we're going to be going into our second mid here. Once again, it looks like bot mode and Habib. Bot mode once again a little slower than Habib. And we are going to see Showstopper once again going fast, trying to find that early damage on Habib. Bot mode's a little not as healthy this time. Yeah, he's going to get a ton of damage, and Yomps is going to bomb in, but he's going to get arrowed. They're going to have to commit a ton of soldier in here for trying to kill him. As Jay's going to go down as well, but the side of Froyo, they don't have very good HP, as it looks like Froyo's going to have all the positioning here with both their scouts being very healthy late in that fight, and they're actually going to win out that mid just off positioning.
Ash is hiding in the corner here. They don't seem well. They do spot him out now, so he's gonna jump out. Looks like they're just gonna hold this choke. Froyo's probably gonna pressure him since 100B doesn't have a demo.
Oh, nice bomb from Ash.
That's gonna stop them from pressuring.
Yeah,
him. And it's gonna be a stalemate on mid.
Great bomb from Ash, landing on Bandy's head, giving him absolutely 0 places to go. Clean 2 rockets takes him down, and it looks like 100B wants to try and get aggressive off that. Both their soldiers are jumping around on the choke. As we're going to see Show go down as a counter sack of sorts. It's going to be even Ubers, both meds did live, but it looks like Blaze is going to get in. It's going to try and get on the bot who gets air. It's actually going to go down to the stickies of Habib, so this is push territory here for Froyo.
Cookie Jake's alone right now. Nobody has heals right now, but it's just going to be Yomps alone. Cookie Jake drops?
Jay just got in from the sewer. I thought he was with 404, but Jay just ran from the sewer and dropped Cookie Jake. 404 is going to get 4 as he's going to be trying to chase down Banny with the tail end of Zuber. They're going to find it along with Yomps, so it's
Jay
actually just
kills
one
everybody.
Jay's actually going so wild. He's the only DM class in the server with double-digit points just 4 minutes in. And Jay is not even done. He's getting aggressive onto Habib here. So he's going to find the
really
sticky
far
trap.
Forward here. I'd be surprised if 100B doesn't try to bomb here to catch him out. He could die. He does get out.
I was gonna say Habib does that a lot, where like he gets super aggro on the chokes, but I think he's been playing this game at the top level for so long. He knows exactly how much pressure he can apply and exactly when those soldiers are gonna try and bomb him. He jumps out. He's gonna live on about 40 HP as we have the Yomp sniper on the side of Froyo Tech trying to deter the 35 Uber head that 404 has.
We do. We'll see what 404 is able to do with the Sewer. Looks like I'm gonna assume that they're probably gonna go through Sewer here, through Al-Qaeda to kind of minimize the sniper angles. Yomps is sniping on the floor, so he does have the best angle into Al-Qaeda from here. So we'll see if... Oh, there's Uber through choke.
Yeah, and we're actually going to see a huge bomb from Bombo. He's going to find a ton of damage into Habib and Ban. The Blaze is going to trade him out, and Cookie Jake's going to die. Jay's going to get in and catch him out in that one area.
The lower lobby. Cookie Jake was too far forward. He wasn't ready for that. They all thought they were going to go through Al-Qaeda, and he was just... They weren't expecting the choke push.
I would say that's an excellent bait with the... I'm sure they saw the Soldier of Ash bombing from Al-Qaeda, and they're like, alright, he's trying to make space for his team, but the very quick demo bomb, it's huge. Once again, 4-4 with about a 30% Uber head here. They're going to switch snipers on the side of Froyo Tech, as Bandy's going to pick up the Engineer, knowing that they have about 20 seconds to try and bolster their defense here. But this is a really strong showing from 100B really early in this match.
What do you want to see on their push into last here from 100B?
I want to see them scout this out in lobby, make sure they know how the sentry gun. It's a pretty classic spot, just in the right spot. And I want to see them try and pressure the sniper and walk this in for free. It's really hard to get a lot done on Process Last if you have to pop through the doorway and deal with the sentry gun, and then try and get pressure on the point and cross. So they are going to pop through the fort area. Bot mode's going to jump in, going to find the sentry really early. Jay's going to clear a corner of the point. He's going to be trying to play it. He's going to get the early cap time, force people to come into contest. As bot mode's going to be the first death though of this post Uber along with Jay. This is not looking good. It was a really good start of that Uber. They were able to find a lot early, but it looks like it's going to be kind of a catastrophe late, as Eric's going to air suspend Ash, as it's going to be Yite and Showstopper making it out with 404 here.
Yeah, 100B is going to have to give up second, probably have to give up mid. They're going to try to force him on the mid, but what caught my eye there, 404 flashed Jay when he was on point. That was an easy cap. Froyo was all in spawn, but they had a scout on point, but he was Ubered, so they weren't able to get any cap time.
Yeah, and Jay's actually just going to run into IT and get a good amount of damage onto Cookie Jake, and they're actually going to get that force. So Froyo's going to use the Uber here. They're going to trade out the flank of 100B for it. Froyo's just going to leave Eric to cap, and they're going to chase through this choke point. But they're so passive on the side of 100B.
Pushing forward with this two-player advantage. They got 70 Uber advantage, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, 404 is really low, but he's going to stay alive. Yomps wasn't able to get the kill. It's just 2-3 alive right now, and they have full Uber, but they're going to have to wait for all their spawns, and I don't know. We'll see if they're able to push out of this. They're already... Yeah, Froyo's already in the last.
Oh, but Blaze is going to jump in looking for that force, knowing that 404 has that Uber advantage. He's going to find a really good first rocket, but 404 with the surf, he's going to be able to kite out. And Cookie Jake's at a 30% Uber disad, so this is potential push out territory for 100B. Looks like they're going to try and take it through this one area. It's going to be Yite and bot mode leading this. They're going to be clearing the stick. As it's a little telegraphed with all that time clearing the sticky.
Froyo's half health. He's already pretty low. I don't think they're going to be able to do this.
Yeah, I was saying they delayed in the choke point. He was able to rotate the spam and they kill Yite. So it looks like they're going to stay on
that.
last.
Ashe is really bad. Showstopper's really low too. They cannot lose Showstopper here.
Yeah, Banny had a ton of damage from the sentry gun though, so he's actually out of this fight for now. He's going to get the pack in lobby. We're going to see the Ubers exchange on point. Bot mode's going to be trying to sticky up the doorways as Yite's going to get his respawn. Both the soldiers for Froyo Tech are going to be taking the high ground up top. They're both going to go down along with Habib, and Yite's going to come out on the heavy here trying to find damage onto Eric in this rollout area. So a bit of a botch push there from Froyo Tech off those two picks. But yeah, we are going to see
Froyo used really early. We'll see 100B pushing in here, taking second for free basically. But that was a really aggressive bomb. So they used the Uber really early through the choke point, and then Habib bombed in, which is a really good play. But he just went a couple seconds too early, and the entire 100B was still Ubered, and he got 0 damage with his bomb.
Yeah, and Yams is going to pick up the sniper rifle once again. It's going to be even Ubers here, but I think that coast to coast from Froyo is really good, and that's really what you have to try and stop them from doing, is giving them any momentum at all, because we saw with just one singular Uber ad, they were able to push from their last all the way to 100B's last, and then turn it into 2 picks and push their last. But we're going to see the Ubers even out here, as Yomps is going to be trying to peek from the sewer area to get a pick.
404's hiding behind the point. He's pretty much untouchable from the sniper here, so we'll see. Maybe they can get, Froyo can get someone in through IT, while they're trying to peek the sniper to kind of keep 100B distracted, but they're probably looking for a pick on someone else that's not 404.
Yeah, I was saying, this is really tough to manage on process because a lot of the places that you can hold forward to try and heal your team to hold these choke puts you in the sniper sight lines, and Habib's going to pick off Jay from the choke area. So this is push territory. Manny's going to be trying to run in from that Okada area. Yomps is going to be scoping up a hard shot. As 404 is actually like deep in IT, this is potential for Blaze to get in. Blaze is peeking that IT. He's going to find a couple decent
This is a really bad position. There's a lot of low players on the side of 100B. I think they're just going to have to give up this point, and they're losing 2 here. This is not good. No demo. This should be a free last push for Froyo.
I say both of the scouts from Froyo just got in from that sewer area and were able to pick off the players on the point that were separated from their heal. Really good job from Danny and Eric to recognize that, as they are going to get the spawns in just 2 seconds here, and the Ubers aren't out of the equation yet. They are going to get their spawns. Blaze is down to about half HP, getting pressured out in this lobby.
He got a force in the lobby.
That's huge from Showstopper, as 100B is going to get so much of a better Uber. And Cookie Jake's in 5s. This is going to be so much of a better Uber. There's a potential for them to all die. They're going to get Blaze. They're going to get Cookie Jake.
Just nukes them.
And that's huge from Yite. Awesome Uber there. As Bandy's going to be taking a 1v1 in with this one area. It's so tense, but Bandy's going to win that one. Down to about half HP, but they know exactly where he's at. Bandy's going to be trying to get out with his life as they are on the chase. But it's going to be the respawner of Habib and Bandy as 100B pushes out of their lap.
And throughout all that, Froyo is able to stay alive. They got another Uber advantage on the side of 100B.
Again, about 30%. And they're going to get the spawner of Yite. There is no sniper on the side of Froyo Tech this time. Yomps with the really late death as they tried to get anything on that last point. As 100B is actually a little slow. Yomps is going to come up on the sniper once again. And yeah, I would say I think this is the first downtime we've had just about all game. And Froyo has been struggling to find advantages. When they've had advantages, they've looked really good, and they've been pressuring 100B really hard, but 100B's been doing an excellent job of just not giving them any advantage.
Yeah, Froyo's died maybe once, maybe twice this entire game, so him staying alive has been key to their aggression so far. See, Blaze trying to jump around, trying to get some pressure on choke. We see Eric as well. They're trying to really pressure 100B in the choke, and they just leave. They decide it's not worth it, and they're gonna try again. The Uber's gonna be even.
Oh, and Jay's gonna get a cheeky couple shots there onto Bandy. Almost took him down with just 2 shots. Yomps is really aggressive on sniper in this choke point. Oh, so is Habib. As Cookie Jake's gonna come up on his Uber. Habib and Yomps are gonna die. That's huge. The classic pressure cookie strike. Everybody's peeking everybody doorway and just trying to get as much spam into Froyo Tech as possible. Cookie Jake's not able to heal everybody at the same time, as we are going to see a better Uber for 4-4 and bot mode are going to isolate Cookie Jake on the point, but Blaze is going to get in. As we're going to see the bottle frag from bot mode onto Cookie Jake. Blaze is going to trade that one out, but again, 404 lives and Cookie Jake goes down. It's another Uber ad here for the side of 100B.
Yeah, now we see just Banny in, and there's 2 soldiers in right now from Froyo trying to pressure the rest of 100B out. They don't have the help. They don't have the forward spawn, so they're going to have to back out eventually, but you got to think that Cookie Jake just spawned. They have the heals now. They're probably going to start trying to pressure this choke soon.
Yeah, and 404's got about a 40 ad once again. He said Cookie Jake did go down late in that engagement thanks to the bottle from bot mode, as they're just going to be building it up. Curious to see that Froyo hasn't spawned a sniper. I think every single time they've been add noob or disad this game, they've tried to run a sniper. Curiously, though, they aren't running it this.
Looks like 100B's trying to go through IT here. I don't see stickies on the doorway. We'll see if they use through. Blaze is already spotted. They use straight through. Huge bomb from bot mode in. He's going to catch out Yomps here, and I think that's the only frag they're going to get with this Uber, as Cookie Jake and the rest of his team's already out.
Yeah, trading Yomps for a force there is, they'll take that every single day for Froyo Tech, as Cookie Jake's about 90%. They're going to be looking to try and re-Uber into mid with their about 60% ad. And it looks like they're going to opt to try and go choke. Froyo, especially when they know that they have a larger advantage, they're always going to try and take something for free and transition it to a frag and turn that frag into a snowball in the next point.
From Ash, but he's not able to get anything. No real damage. Ooh, Cookie Jake's about half health here. This is kind of scary. This is where you drop as a medic. But Ash is going to go down, and it's not going to have any real pressure here. And I think 100B's just going to have to leave. They are only lose 2 more. This is really bad. This is going to be a free second for Froyo Tech, as 100B is going to come up on the Uber, but they're only 3 players alive.
Yeah, they may try and take an exchange here. They do get their spawns in just a couple seconds. They get both soldiers, but yeah, they're going to come in from that roll area. They're going to pop. They're going to have a slightly worse super. And 404 is actually going to get skyboxed. It's a real danger there for Jay, as he's going to eat a decent amount of damage. It doesn't look like Froyo's going to opt to try and get super aggressive on them. They're going to try and chase Jay out through the lobby area. Both the scouts are going to clean that one up, but it's just going to be in trade of 1 frags, and Froyo's going to take the second point. I like that from 100B. They really had nothing to lose by trying to go for that exchange. At most, they lose a single player, and like Froyo maybe gets to try and counter sack into lap. But it's so easy to run like a heavy or an engineer on this last that it's really hard to get anything with your sack. As both the scouts are going to get crunched in this 5 area, as the double soldier bomb comes in along with Yomps, they're going to trade Ash out for it. Showstopper's going to die as well. It's just
Cookie
Blaze
Jake
and
dies
Habib
to
them up.
stickies from bot mode. Cookie Jake's dead again.
Froyo's been really struggling to keep Cookie Jake alive this game, and that's why we see 100B at about halfway through this first half is up 1-0 against them. I mean, I know Froyo have been historically the favorites to win for, you know, basically as long as I've been playing the game, but I don't think if you told anybody 15 minutes in 100B is going to be up 1-0, and this back and forth of a game, I don't think anybody believed it.
Yeah, we have like a pretty much 70 Uber ad for 404 here. They're going to have it now. Cookie Jake's already back playing on the pipe, so hopefully they're going to come in through lower IT here. Bombo's going to bomb him, but he's going to get stuck by some stickies, so he's not going to go as far as he wanted. He's going to die to the scout from upper IT. Eric's hit, but he gets traded out as well, and he's going to be pushing back in here with the stickies. With the bomb from Yomps, he's going to be trying to look for a pick onto Jay. But again, to be traded out, Habib's going to go down. That's going to be pretty big, so 100B should be able to try to get back in.
Oh, that was huge. Jay on the flank turned around all of Froyo Tech, and they were able to re-aggress on the side of 100B. That looked so good for Froyo Tech. They were able to deny bot mode from bombing in super deep into the choke point, and Eric was able to flank him from upper IT and take him down really early into that fight. Cookie Jake was getting decently close to his Uber, but it was a really good collab.
It was. That late pick onto Habib made it so that Froyo could not lock out any of the entrances, and 100B was just able to push right back in. But again, 404 stayed alive. They have another Uber advantage. What is going on, Blaze? Where are these medic kills?
I was gonna say, I think historically this is a map that like the Froyo soldiers just do an excellent job of just like, you know, pinching your demo and medic if they're too far back or too far forward, and making it really hard for them to have any space. But bot mode and 404 are doing just an amazing job of not giving the Froyo soldiers anything to work with.
Alright, we see the Uber from 404. We'll be interested to see what they're doing here, but they're not really pressuring anything. I don't think they're aware that they had an Uber ad.
Oh no, they're going IT now, but they missed out on about. I would say they missed out on almost 25% of this Uber ad. It was almost like 60%, but they're trying to push off basically 20%. They're gonna trade.
They pick on the Blaze. They're gonna get Yomps, but they're gonna lose Showstopper and Yite here. It's gonna be even Ubers now, 2 down on each side. Maybe we'll see a sniper, but Froyo's kind of pressuring IT with their heals. Vanny's really deep. They might get the pick on the Ash here. They do, as 100B is walking through choke for free, killing the scout on point. Maybe?
Yeah, they're going to get the force out of... Let's say they did enough damage to Botma to get that early force, as it was Jay and Botma pushing in from the choke. Ash was kind of delaying by that IT area, and Banny and Cookie Jake were really close. They were able to take that 1v2 with the heals and pick Ash, but they're able to pick Eric on the other side of things, but they got forced. So it's not really a trade you want to be taking, as Cookie Jake's going to be trying to push in from this choke point, trying to take this for free. He's going to be delaying as hard as he can, juking and jiving. Showstopper's actually in behind, so he's actually going to be flanking from potentially the choke or suit area, but we're going to see a huge high bomb from out of Ash. Going to find a decent amount of damage into Cookie Jake, about 60 points of damage. They're going to do enough damage to Habib, along with Yite there, to trade out the frag, as Eric's going to clean up Show in the back line.
Yeah, it's a 2 for the Force, and they get another frag in there, so we'll see if 100B is going to try to push back in here with the player jet set. I'm not really so sure about this. They're going to lose Ash, but they do somehow pick off the beats. That's going to be huge. They're, 100B should be able to push back in once they get some of their spawns, they still have the forwards now that the Froyo demo's dead.
Yeah, and we're going to see Blaze bombing in from the choke point. Jay's going to get a ton of damage into a very healthy Blaze, but Banny's going to help his friend out on that one, as they're eventually going to take the point from 100B here, but 404 is about to be up on this Uber. I like that fight from 100B though, knowing that Froyo doesn't have an Uber, they just used it, they got nothing with it. They have an Uber ad, and if they make that fight scrappy, they have the spawn advantage on mid as long as Froyo doesn't cap. And if they make it scrappy, it makes it really hard for Froyo to cap. Blaze is going to die and trade out for Showstopper in the IT area here, as Eric's going to go down to Yite as well, so they have a player ad on the side of 100B along with about 25 Uber ads still.
Yeah, they'll see if they can take this for free. They can see Yomps, and they know that the other soldier of Blaze is dead, so there's no real threat of a bomb here. They're just going to walk forward and try to avoid as much spam as possible against cap time, but the forward spawns are coming in for Froyo Tech, and they're going to push forward and take this Uber trade.
Yeah, but 404 is going to get a better Uber here, despite the fact that Froyo is playing defense, as they're going to find, but Jay's going to get separated from his team. He got surfed in on the left side across his pack, and he's going to go down. As a bunch of people going down from 100B, they kind of overstayed their welcome after they weren't really set up for that post. Bombo tries to fight the choke point, but fighting 6 people, even if you're a demo man in a choke point, I don't think you favor that fight. And 404 is going to make it out, but he's making it out alone. And Cookie Jake's going to grow about a 25, maybe 30% Uber ad here.
I don't think it's going to matter. Froyo's already setting up on last. 100B's not even going to get out of the spawn doors, and Froyo's going to get this cap here.
I say for a 1-1 game for 19 minutes in, though, I think this is a really good showing for 100B.
It is. I am going to be looking for Jay. I want to see him playing more heals. I feel like every fight he's been separated from his medic, they've been losing these fights. Let's see what happens on this mid.
Yeah, and bot mode's going to be a little faster than Habib on this one. Blaze is going to go fast trying to make space for his team, but Showstopper's going to land on Blaze's head, and along with the sticky
unlucky.
from bot mode's going to take him down. As trying to play, Jay's going to get separated, he's going to need a ton of damage from Bandy. Yomps is going to be trying to jump in and follow up the damage. Both teams are ailing so weak. Everybody on the side of 100B is so... Eric's going to go down to a bomb from Ash as they're going to clean up Yomps, who's caught in the mid as well. Again, 100B wins the mid, and they're going to try and push this into second.
Yeah, Showstopper's already in, trying to making space for his team, but a stick trap from Habib's going to kill Jay. They have no scouts on this push right now, as Yite's still capping. We'll see what's going here. Bomb looks really far forward here, and
but Cookie
Jake dies to the bomb! No way!
Bot mode was so far forward on the point, he got collapsed on by so many people, but Cookie Jake got surfed into him, and with his last pipe before he died, just moments before bot mode died, mere ticks, he was able to get that pipe off and take down Cookie Jake. Everybody's so weak on the side of Froyo Tech. Yeah, it's going to back up here for the threat of potentially losing the 3v1, but they're going to take that trade every day, as 404 is going to have a huge Uber head here.
That was... I can't believe... First of all, I can't believe that Bombo stayed alive for that long. He was separated by Sticky from Habib, so 404 couldn't go forward and heal him. And no scouts, because Yite was still capping mid. And he just stayed in, did damage, and then the bomb from, I believe it was Ash, knocked Cookie Jake into some pipes.
Yeah, and we're going to see the Al-Qaeda slow push, but they're actually going to get a sticky trap pick on the bot mode. This is not so good, as we're going to see the soldier aggression come in from Froyo Tech. They are going to get the force, they're going to pick Blaze for it, but it doesn't look like they're going to find much help. Banny and Yomps in this rollout area. Ash is going to eat a pipe and a sticky from Habib. He's going to go down to Banny. Is they're going to find a decent amount of damage into the Froyo splash players that are still alive, but they're not going to find any frags here on the side of 100B.
Bomb mode going down early just really opened the floodgates for Froyo Tech, and they not able to lock anybody out. Froyo's going to come back in, pretty much wipe them, wipe 100B. Full Uber ad for Cookie Jake. They're coming through IT right now. All these fourth ones are just going to have to back up and pretty much hope that we get a good last point.
Oh, but Showstopper on the sniper. Out of all the good snipers that there are 100B, I don't think Show's really your go-to name, but he's going to take down Blaze with a nice headshot there. Going to slow Froyo down a little bit as they're going to try and bolster their defenses. Yeah, it's going to pick up the engineer, the classic NG on the left side. They're going to have the sniper trying to get an early force through the 1 and 2 door. Blaze is going to come up off the respawn. I think Froyo has plenty of time to wait for it, but it gives 404 chance to build up the Uber a little bit more and potentially get it for a late post fight here.
Now Froyo's taking their sweet time, but they know they got time to kill. 404's only at 45%. They got the gun going up. They got a sniper on the right spawn. Oh, here they come, using through door 3. They're going to bump the demo forward. We still haven't seen the sentry gun yet. They're going to try to spam it out now. The Uber's just over as the gun goes down, but they have got no cap time. They've got a little bit of ground on the right side as the soldiers start to bomb forward. They kill 404, they kill Jay. And the heals from Cookie Jake are just going to pretty much win him out this fight as the bombs come through for the soldiers. And Yite's still healthy here, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, versus two scouts with heals, it's a tough ask, even for somebody like Yite. As Froyo Tech's going to take it 2-1 here. They're going to finally take the lead, but it took them 22 minutes to take the lead against 100B.
Yeah, and, the fact that 404 died there with Cookie Jake staying alive, the heals at the end of the fight were just too much for 100B to answer, really. And
yeah,
we'll see on this next mid, Demo's look about even. Botman being a little bit more, a little faster. Showstopper's gonna be aggressive on the up top, but he's gonna give it up. Jay's really far forward here. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, he's going to find a ton of damage into Blaze, who went for a delayed fast rollout, and Yite's actually going to pick up the frag on that one, so Blaze is going to go down, and Bandy's going to get bombed by Ash. Yeah, Eric's going to come in on the flank, but he's going to get 2-shot there from Yite, as once again, 100B takes the mid. I think 100B's won every single mid thus far in this first half, and I think again, 404 lids. I think the story of the last round was that 404 went down a couple times uncharacteristic. They're going to find a ton of damage into Habib in 1. They're going to get him to det 2. And Jay's going to chase down that frag. So they have an opportunity to try and make a play into last, knowing that the best defensive class in the cookie cutter lineup in the demo is down. Bane is going to switch to Engineer to try and shore up the defenses here, as a Showstopper is going to go down to the Sniper of Eric.
Yeah, unfortunately, that pick on the Showstopper is going to slow them down just enough so that they're not, 100B is not able to get in the last. Now that Habib's back up, it's just going to be a stalemate. We'll see if Showstopper comes up in off class or they elect to sack Ash here. Looks like he's already coming in on the right side.
Yeah, this gun spot's a little unconventional from Banny. It's kind of on like the right side of the point, not quite forward. I like it though. It kind of passively watches 1 and 2. Like they can get in, but they really can't get a ton done. But actually, we're going to see Yites get a ton of damage into Habib from that 1 and 2 area, kind of playing the angles where the sentry can't see him. As Showstopper's eventually going to spam down the gun. But with Ash being down, I don't think 100B is going to find a ton else here, as they're kind of sort of aggressively holding in lobby, making sure Froyo doesn't have any room to make any cheeky plays happen.
Yeah, it looks like no off classes for us. Maybe see the Ash sack once again. We'll see what 100B, where 100B elects to take this sack. I'm gonna say lobby again, but it looks like they're going through 1 right now. I'm wondering what they're gonna do here with this. Maybe hoping that nobody's watching it. Yeah, here comes Showstopper through 1. They're spamming their demo really aggressively as well. Showstopper's gonna get some damage on the Yomp, but not enough. He's gonna have to leave as Habib is locking out the rest of 100B, and Yite is stuck and he's gonna go down as well as Bombo dying. I didn't see that. And Ash is gonna go in late and die as well. It was a 3-man sack right there.
Yeah, I like that pick on the Habib though, because they opt to try and take an exchange here. It does favor 100B. They're going to get their demo spawner in, and Jay's actually going to take down Yomps on the point, and 404 is going to get such a better Uber here, about a third bet, as Cookie Jake and Bandy try to take that exchange, and they're actually going to body block Cookie Jake. Cookie Jake's going to get juggled and roll out. That's huge. Once again, 404 lives, and Cookie Jake goes down. They're going to have the option to try and push this in the last off the heal advantage.
Two down still on Froyo Tech.
Yeah, Habib's going to come up off the respawner. Eric's going to get spotted out on Sniper on the right side. He's not going to find anything, as 100B is going to get a ton of space on the right side from their perspective completely for free, as they're going to be pushing across top. They're going to trade Blaze for Showstop. Bot mode's going to get arrowed up by his medic. Cookie Jake does spawn, so there's potential for Froyo to get healthy, but Bandy's going to go down to Jay, as Yite's going to be trying to pressure them up on the right side. Oh, Yomps though with the huge bomb. That's huge.
4 goes down. I think as soon as you lose bot mode there, you have to leave that fight. You have the Uber advantage, you got to play to that advantage. You lose bot mode, you just got to take your loss and be like, we'll try again later. They overstay their welcome, get bombed by Yoms, and lose their medic, and now they're probably going to end up losing mid off of that.
Yeah, that's one of the scenarios where when you push into Process last, you need to be trying to get point pressure. Process is one of those maps that it's super easy to make a fight scrappy, and Froyo Tech did exactly that. They were able to get all their spawns in, and with the spawns being so much closer for Froyo Tech, they were able to win out that fight late. And we're going to see a decent Uber Ed here for inside of Cookie Jake. Showstopper is going to pick up the sniper on the other side of things. He's going to be sniping from the forward spawn, as we're going to see just the classic defense from 100B with their soldier and scout up top. They have their medic and their combo scout farther back, with their demo kind of by another doorway. 404 is in choke, in a position to leave. Cookie Jake's going to be trying to walk it in from choke. There is Show's actually going to take a shot. They're going to take down Yomps off the back of that damage. Ash is going to claim that frag, but nobody goes down on the side of 100B. Froyo's going to make it into mid with their Uber, but 404 is at 92%.
Yeah, by the time they kept this mid, 404 is going to have his Uber as his take over right now. Yomps is dead. We'll see if 100B lets go for a sack here, but Habib's really far forward in choke. Doesn't look like it. They'll probably just walk forward, take this ground, and we'll see if Froyo lets to do anything. They are up 2-1 in the set right now, with only 3 minutes left. We'll see if they like to sit on their round advantage right now, or if they want to try and pressure 100B even more.
Yeah, and historically, Froyo tries to take these process mid to 2 stalemates fairly aggressively, where they try and turn it into like a slow push while they kind of sack a player.
Right now.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to pressure
Showstopper's going to go down.
Botmo's going to trade this frag, but Botmo with the pipe's going to take down Yom. Normally, in that close quarters scenario, you favor the soldier.
by Ash and choke. Ash just bombs on Habib by himself and choke. Gets him down with 3 wall rockets. And it's just the scouts with the medic alive for Froyo Tech. They're going to get forced here. They're going to try and take the trade, but it's going to be a way better Uber once again for 100B.
Yeah, and Van's going to run into the flank looking for potential picks there, but he's only going to fight about 40 damage into Yite, as Yite and Jay are going to take him down with a collective 3 scattergun shot, as that's exactly what you want to see out of 100B, with holding the doorway super close and trading out all the frags, not giving Froyo any space to try and turn that into a slow push, to try and make anything happen. As we're going to see the double soldier bomb into choke from 100B. They're going to find a ton of damage into Jay, but 404 is going to saw down Yom. 404 is going to develop an Uber Ed off the back of that. He was kind of alone, and Froyo's going to lose all their projectile classes once again.
Yite's going to take heals here, walk forward with the spam, help of his soldier spamming at. They're going to pick off Fanny and Eric. It's just Cookie Jake alive, and he's going to get chased down. It's a
huge
wipe
once again. 404 lives once again, and off the back of that saw, they're dangerously close to Uber. They're going to get the Habib and Yomp spawn. Yomp's going to be looking for maybe a potential cheeky sniper pick as they try and buy time for their spawns, but Froyo's not going to have a ton of time to set up an engineer or like anything. Maybe have time for a heavy, but with just a minute left in this round, you can sure as heck bet that 100B is going to be pushing off the Uber.
Yes, they elect to wait for all their spawns, so Froyo's also going to get their spawns, but the 100% Uber advantage is coming through door 4, it looks like. Watch out for the sniper.
Yeah, they're going to pop in from the 4 doorway. They're actually going to pick Blaze super early. They're going to get point pressure. This is exactly what they need to be doing. They're actually going to bomb in, though, and find the pick onto Jay. Yite's there, though, to try and contest. They're going to trade out the frags, but once again, Froyo's so good on the defense. It's just going to be Ash and 404. As 404's going to find the pick on the Jay. No! Is 404 going to make it out? He's in the 1 area. I think he was trying to go for maybe like a cheeky back cap play, but that's actually huge from 404. Once again, he's going to make it.
He walked in and helped, I think it was Ash out with the kill. Ash got a pretty nice rock on to Cookie Jake, popped them to the air, and 404 finished off with a little arrow air shot.
Yeah,
we always like to see those.
We're going to see a super defensive class composition for Froyo Tech. They have the Eric Engineer and the Bandy NG. There's about 25 seconds left, so 100B can maybe go for like a cheeky push into last, but miracles aside, this should be a 2-1 here for Froyo at the end of this first half.
Yeah, 100B is probably going to feed in the last here, but this heavy from Eric is going to shut them down probably, as they're coming in from 5, the sentry gun, the heavy, and they're not able to set up enough to... Oh, nice taunt from Yomps. Padding 404's stats.
I think 404 is going to be happy with that one. 3 Uber saws on the logs. I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. He almost got that Uber off too, but not quite in time for the logs on that one. So take a peek at these stats here. I'm actually really curious to see what the med def differential is, because I want to say Cookie Jake died maybe 10 or 11 times, and I want to say 404 is on maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, 404 had 4 deaths, with Cookie Jake had 11. That's the biggest thing that stands out to me. But Froyo Tech's still winning, so so does that really even matter? 16 Uber charges to the 11 Uber charges from Cookie Jake. What is the thing that stands out to you that's tipping this in Froyo's favor?
I'm maybe wondering if 404, with how passive he's playing, even though it's letting him live in a lot of these scenarios, I mean, there's about a 4,000 damage differential between the teams, with Froyo leading, along with about 10 more frags, give or take, as it's 16 Uber charges for 404. He's living more. Cookie Jake does have a single drop, with 11 Uber charges. I think 404 is doing a really good job of living, and it's winning him some fights, but I think there's certain fights that 404 could be getting more value out of by committing more. And,
I agree. So that's when you're playing medic, that's something that you have to balance between the healing your team in the fights and being in a position to leave. So I feel like Cookie Jake, he's committing his body a little bit more. I guess you can say he's being a little bit further forward so he can heal Habib, Yom, Spanny in these fights. And overall, as a team, they're winning more fights because they have the heals later in the fight. While 404 might be leaving, he might be a little further back. He's got a lot of heals on a J. Maybe that's not while he's fighting, but while they're leaving the fights. So it might look bad in the stats for Cookie Jake, but his team's winning and he's getting out the heals that he needs. You know, I guess it's working for Froyo right now.
Yeah, and another standout stat for me is the scout damage on Banny. He doesn't have a ton more frags than any of the scouts on the server. He's at 16, Eric's at 24, Jay's at 18, and Yite is at 22. But Banny's at a big 270 for 180 taken. And Jay on the other side of things is actually a little damage negative. He's 18 for 17. And Jay was super hot in the first few minutes where we saw 100B just giving Froyo absolutely zero space to work with. I'm wondering if 404 and bot mode just maybe aren't on the same page as him, if they're a little disconnected. Maybe they were playing really hot in the beginning and you were like, hey, we should try this. And then that created some sort of divide in how they want to play. But Jay was super hot in the beginning, but he's kind of cooled down in the latter half of that.
Yeah, what I noticed just from watching, I don't know how well, you know, it's always a different dynamic in the team comms as opposed to what we're watching, but it looked to me like Jay was doing more in the first half that he was playing the heals with 404 and they're winning off of Jay walking forward with the heal beam. And in the second half, Jay was walking forward, not getting healed, taking a ton of damage, and having to back up and not really in the fight for the whole fight. He was having to leave, get re-healed, find a pack, or just dying outright. And that was, I think that ended up losing 100B some fights.
Yeah, I was going to say, and the other thing too is 100B had a ton more opportunities on last, I feel like. Froyo, every time they got 100B to their last, right? Like, Froyo in general struggled to keep Cookie Jake alive and to generate these Uber advantages to get a big advantage to push into 100B's last. But every time they did, I want to say they converted. I want to say they had maybe 2 or 3 last pushes and they got 2 rounds off of it. Yeah. But on the other side of things, 100B had a ton of opportunities to push into Froyo's last, and they just really struggled to break down Froyo's last defense. And I'm sure during this long halftime talk, I'm sure that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, one thing I want 100B to focus on is the point presence. Like, they had a couple opportunities to pressure the point, and there's one time the scout got flashed in the point, which is a huge thing. Like, you get someone that far into the point, there's nobody else pressuring them, and you have to flash. And Jay got flashed. That's unfortunate. Maybe some miscommunication. Like, am I going to walk? Is the scout going to walk forward? Is the scout going to sit there and cap? Something that they got to work through on 100B to you know, if you want to close out these rounds against someone as good as Froyo Tech, you gotta get all those micro plays down to perfection, basically.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the beginning of a lot of these fights, both the teams look very composed. They have a very set game plan of what they want to do, but I think very late into these fights, Froyo is just a little more composed. That long-term synergy that they've built up over, you know, several years of playing together with the majority of this roster. I want to say, at least since the season before Rewind 2, they've had the core of Banny, Yomps, Blaze, Abib, and Eric all together. They've swapped out Medics, but I feel like Medic is almost one of the easiest classes to swap out, as we are going to go live in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see. Looks like we've been trading off soldier aggression on all these other mids, so we'll see who lets be more aggressive. Habib's a little slow on his rollout though, but so is bot mode.
Yeah, and we're going to see the fast rollout from both the soldiers in Showstopper and Blaze once again, as we're going to see Blaze and all of his team trying to push up really aggressively on the left side here. They have everybody clumped up. Bombo's actually going to find some spam pipes into Banny, and a huge bomb from Yomps is going to land directly under 4. But 4 stays alive! He's just 3 HP at the end of that. He lives only because of the respawn, or the regen HP. Blaze is 14 HP, trying to look for anything, but he's not. And once again, a huge mid for 100B as they actually wiped them this time. Cookie Jake didn't make it out of the mid.
Banny's already going to be building the sentry gun to be on the right side, or his left side of last. So we'll see. I'm expecting 100B to take a demo scout through lobby. We'll see. We're looking for a clean last push here. We want to get kills, get the gun down, get some point pressure. There's no 6 on the point right now from Habib. We'll see if 100B is able to identify that and not drop anyone through these doorway traps.
I don't know if you're seeing this, but Showstopper was the man in that man. He's going to be the man of this last push. He's actually on heavy. He's in lobby here. So it looks like he's going to try and come in for the post fight here, as 100B is going to pop in from that 3 door. They're going to find all the space on this 3, as they're going to bring in their heavy late for this post fight, as they're going to be bot mode super far forward on the point, but they have no point pressure here on the side of 100B, as it looks like they're trading out the damage pretty effectively. They have the space to try and play the point. Bot mode's going to be the one to get on it, trying to bait the people forward. Jay's going to get a ton of cap time. It's going to be a 2-2 game super quickly into this half.
Froyo Tech chased really far. They wanted to get the kills onto 100B. but they forgot about the point. They chased too far. They chased too far on that, trying to get to clean up 100B.
Yeah, and Showstopper, I want to say, was the man of that mid and the man in our hearts on that last push playing heavy. As it's going to be a 2-2 game as we come into our 5th mid here. Once again, both the demos are going to be
really
revving at the
aggressive.
same time.
He's going to go down here to Blaze. Yeah. But
They
Blaze
actually
also
traded
trades
out though. And they find a ton of damage into Habib. He's actually out of this fight, but they're going to trade it out onto a pick onto Ash and bot mode on the other side of things. So I think this is the first mid that we've seen Froyo Tech win.
You'd be right, but Habib didn't even feel like he was a part of that. He just got launched out by the soldier aggression, but the rest of his team was able to capitalize on the overextension from 100B, picked off 3 players, and it was an easy mid from there.
Yeah, and I'm being told by production that Froyo actually did win a mid in the first half, so that is my mistake, but... Hey, you think I can read? I'm not paid to read. I'm here to talk about video games, Looster. Anyways, we do see even Ubers on the last tier. 404 did make it out of the mid, once again staying alive, as Yomps is going to be trying to get in from this 4 area, looking for aggression onto that 100B soldier in the 5 area. He's not going to find his man this time, as Yomps is going to make it out, going to get healed up by Cookie Jake, as they're doing a really good job of pressuring Froyo out of this lobby area. Bot mode spam is super effective.
Look how far forward the sentry gun is from Yite. This is a really aggressive gun. It's going to deny rollout. It's going to deny 3, 4, and 5 here. Froyo's going to have a hard time bombing just the soldier in to get a sack, because all these this gun's just going to launch them away from 404. But as I say that, the gun goes down. That's the price you pay for having an aggressive gun. It's easy to spam.
Yeah, and I can't
Airslip
remember.
Push in.
Yeah, let's say off the back of that with the space, they're finally, but 404 is going to make it back into spawn. They're actually going to lose the engineer in Yite. And bot mode's going to go down. He was in the 3 doorway without his
That
heal.
was a huge arrow from Cookie Jake to keep Eric alive. And they're going to be able to push in here on this 5v4. No demo on the side of 100B. They're going to get forced off early.
Yeah, but they're going to find a ton of damage into Habib for this post fight. He's actually going to get healed up here as Jay's going to be dancing around for the last tail end of this Froyo Tech Uber. He's going to hit the ground, but he's going to die to a sticky from Habib. We're going to see the heavy come out from, that is Yite, but we're going to see the Froyo collapse as they have this player advantage. They do this so well on every single last, and they are going to get all of the frags here. It's just Showstopper versus 5, but he's going to go down. It's going to be a 3-2 game.
Yeah, they just could not finish off the kills onto the Froyo players. They're pushy in door 5. Just too much heals, too many players. And we're going to see on this next mid, looks like Habib's a lot faster than bot mode here. He's going to have an early sticky, doesn't hit it, but Blaze is also very aggressive here on the left side. He's going to get up onto the awning above a sewer and get picked off by Yite and Ash.
Yeah, I don't know about that rollout from Blaze. He was so aggressive. They're actually going to find Jay as he tries to come across the point, but the double soldier bomb, they're going to take down Cookie Jake. Cookie Jake's going to get the post-mortem frag onto Showstopper, getting a little bit of revenge in that one as he drops a dome in the chat. But this is looking like another mid-win as 404 is sitting pretty in the choke. He's got a scout and a demo with him. Most of Froyo's grouped up on the mid. They're going to maybe get this cap,
Froyo's
but
very
they're
low
ailing
here.
I would say everybody on the side of Froyo Tech is ailing as they're all scrambling to try and get healthy with the few health packs that are on mid.
They do have the player advantage though, and with the spam from Eve, and I believe that's Yomps, it's going to be kind of a slow push from 100B to get in. They do eventually break through, but it's after Froyo gets the cap, so Froyo's going to have the forward spawns. I don't think they're going to do anything with that. They're just going to sit back, try to build up this Uber. Probably have to give up second. I want to see what Froyo wants to do here if they sack him. Blaze looks like he's already be going forward here, trying to force off the Uber, but 100B is still too far back, and he's going to have to back out. And after that big bomb, I guess the bomb that didn't work out, 100B's gonna push on. Vanny's very aggressive here, but he's gonna live after taking a lot of damage. Oh, he ends up dying. That's gonna be 1 down for Froyo, but Blimey also, or Yite, excuse me, also goes down on the flank. So it's gonna be 1-for-1 trade. Still a 50% Uber advantage for 404, and let's see if they act off of it.
Yeah, they don't look like they're ready to go for it though. They kind of stacked that point. I think they may try and opt to slow it down. It's a 3-2 game. There's a lot of time for them to work with as, yeah, Yite's gonna come up on the sniper, so I think this is the first time this game we might see any sort of stalemate. I don't think we've seen any point be held by a team for more than about 90 seconds without it being traded, other than, you know, maybe some lasts that have gone pretty back and forth. But again, we're going to see Bandy on the engineer. He's playing Tinkertown. Uncle Dane fan, I'm sure. As he's going to, again, go for the aggressive sentry on the point. As, I don't remember who was talking about this, but I was watching a stream like last week. As we're going to see the Yite headshot onto Yomps. Very good first shot there. He's going to find
Blaze
that
is really
one.
low as well. Blaze is really low too. That's 2 soldier picks for 100B. They're going to take the straight in here right now.
And Cho's getting a ton of spam into the sentry gun. The sentry's going to go down too. Jay's going to die though on the other side of things. Habib's going to get that frag. this is still potential. The Showstopper's in from the rollout area as he's going to bomb in. He's actually going to get the force out of Cookie Jake. Oh, that's so good from Showstopper. Ash is ailing on the other side of things, but they're able to back up here. They don't have a scout inside of 100B, but that's not going to matter as Jay's going to get his spawn. He's going to hold the spawn door for Yite as they're going to have 2 scouts to push into this last. They're not going to be stuck with the unfortunate sniper here. Eric's going to pick up the scope to try and counter snipe on the other side of things. Banny's going to try and rebuild his sentry on the point, but that was really good from Showstopper. He was completely uncontested in rollout. I don't know who's supposed to be watching rollout on the side of Froyo Tech, but nobody was there to contest Show.
Both their soldiers were dead, so it was really good taking advantage. We'll see this Uber into door 4. They're going to focus the gun down immediately. All of Froyo's up in heaven or in spawn, so we can see some point pressure here, but there's no point pressure at all from the 100B scouts. They're just going to try to take this ground up top. As Showstopper bombs in, they get 2 kills on the Blaze and Yomps. And now they're going to start pressuring the point with the bombs with the soldier and the demo, but Habib's going to clean up, but it's just
but Bot Mode!
Habib.
Bot Mode juggles him off the point! Oh, huge. Bot Mode, that's so huge for Bot Mode. Habib was able to make it a 1v1 on the point, but Bot Mode put the sticky on the point and juggled him off as we are going to have a 3-3 game. This is huge from 100B. They were finally able to get that cap time late, but Bot Mode's going to be a little slow on this rollout. He's going to mess it up on a little slow to hit that ramp slide as Habib's going to beat him to mid by a decent margin.
Yeah, but again, no significant damage trade-off. Bot Mode's actually the first one to get damage on Habib, but Habib is kind of low here, but he is going to get arrowed. Maybe he's still pretty good. There he goes.
Oh, so huge shot from Yomps on the Showstopper. Showstopper kind of had a bit of a pencil jump there, and Yomps was able to juggle him into the air and get about 60 shotgun damage into him as well, as Habib's going to be the first death in the mid to a bite on Bot Mode.
So much top control.
Bot Mode's pipes have been absolutely crazy in this second half. Claiming both the frags on that mid. He's able to take down Eric, who was trying to aggress on his soldier, as we're going to see the soldier aggression in. Yomps going to bomb into the and take down 404. Oh, that's huge. Doesn't even need the shotgun to take the fret. He's going to get some consolation damage into Jay with that shotgun before he goes down. We're going to see the re-aggression in from 100B, knowing that they have a player at. They do have more fragging potential here with the 5v5. Jay's going to run into lobby and go down to the 3 players
Jay
lobby.
just speeds there in the lobby, so I don't know if they're going to get the second point. Yite's going to try to get the cap.
Yite's going to get the cap.
Will end up get it.
Yeah, Yite gets the cap. He's going to go down for it, but his team is going to get the double forward spawns on the mid. Oh,
Yite just caught the cap and just owned Vanny. Oh, no.
He was down to so little HP. I just wrote him off for dead. I started looking at the 100B defense on mid. Didn't even notice that. But yeah, Banny got absolutely rolled by Yite there. That's huge, as it's uber advantage here for Cookie Jake, but they're missing their main combo scout, as Eric's going to have to try and take
spawns as well. He's going to slow down the push for Cookie Jake. He's still just sitting there waiting for the call from his team.
Oh, but Yomps cratered.
Now misses the shot.
Yeah, and Froyo's just going to leave mid. Like, they know that Banny's coming up off the respawn, but after losing Yomps, they're just going to give it up. They know they have plenty of time to try and make another push happen, but 404's at 60%, so if Froyo's not super quick about this, they might not even get mid. As it looks like Froyo's just going to chill on point.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything. They're just chilling. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that. You know, I would have liked to see them push here. I guess it's even. You don't want to mess up a push, and
I think there's a certain mentality that Froyo has that it's even, so they can't take as many risks. They don't have like rounds to potentially fall back on. Froyo is one of those teams that's I wouldn't say afraid to drop rounds to other teams. Like, a lot of teams can get rounds off Froyo, but I think it's because they take more risks when they have that round buffer, but because they don't have that, I think they were maybe a little afraid and they don't want to try and make a mistake. As we're going to see Jay continuing to snipe from the sewer area.
They're really aggressive here, but Yomps is doing a really good job of just shutting down the angles that Jay's trying to take. Oh, Ash is getting pressured and choked by Banny, but he's going to have to back up. No one's going to go down, just a little bit of damage onto Ash. Let's see where Jay's going to peek choke now. A little aggressive. It's so easy to get spam onto him from there, from Yomps. So he's going to have to back it again. They're looking sewer again. No soldier closer, just some stickies on the door. Cookie Jake is trying to be unsnipeable right now, which if he stays behind that shield, he should be safe, but he's moving around right now. You don't know where Jay is peeking from. They still think he's in sewer. If he peeks from Al-Qaeda here, there could be an angle on Cookie, though. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, and this is a really tense situation. This is an even game with just 20 minutes left. Yomps is actually going to bomb in from the choke. He's going to get cleaned up by Yite and Ash there. Ash with a really good surf off of Yomps' own rock. As Jay's going to run in from the choke. He's peeking pot shots here. Cookie Jake's behind the shutter, but he's taking pot shots on the rest of Froyo. As Blaze is going to bomb in.
Bombo takes a lot of damage, and he and his medic have to back up. And Ash is going to go down. As well as Showstopper's really weak in upper right. He's 1 health! He's 2
HP in the corner. Banny's going to take him down. He does actually get a decent rocket onto Banny, but Banny was 185, so it doesn't really matter. But with two soldiers down for the side of 100B, it puts a lot of pressure on bot mode to be the sole spam class. But Jay's got a really cheeky angle here on top on mid. As he's going to drop down. They're going to be playing this pretty passive. Yeah, and he's going to back up. But 404 is the farthest one forward. I don't know.
This is not ideal.
They're going to find 3 frags though and a huge headshot. Oh, Bandy's going to get in. I think Bandy's going to die too. He's going to meet up with Cookie Jake. This is huge though. Oh, huge airshot from Yams on the showstopper. Oh, but Jake gets the headshot on the Bandy. This is just a crazy DM. As 100B is going to win out this DM fight late. And Ash is going to get onto Cookie Jake. Blaze
he's
going to be
really
trying
low
to do
though.
this fast.
Ash is so low, but wow. Unreal play from Jay. Yomps. Bandy somehow stayed alive there to link it with measures. Almost, I thought it was going to save them. But the huge headshots from Jay was able to pretty much win out that fight after... Who did Yomps destroyed Showstopper?
Yeah, you got a crazy earshot into Showstopper. Okay, flexing those DM muscles, but once again, 404 live, and we are gonna see. Yeah, and Showstopper's on heavy once again. The man in our hearts playing the.
You know what I really want to know is Vanny gonna have more time on Engineer or Scout after this game?
It's been close, but I'm gonna quote the classic Showstopper buying set up on last, Poos and etc. I think most people are thinking that in the context of holding last, but Show, he's a man who wants to push last, and we're gonna see Blaze is gonna die in lobby.
Got another heavy from
oh, but Habib's gonna find both the scouts with that trap over 5. That's huge. I don't think they know about the Showstopper heavy, but he's not gonna be very effective here. He's gonna maybe slow down Froyo Tech, but. Yeah, but they're going to get the spawns in. Bot mode's going to go down, though. I don't know if he got that memo. The rest of his team was backing up. Showstopper's going to make it out with the respawner of Ash. But the flank in the mid. Yomps with the shotgun's going to take down 404.
No, he just walked through IT. He had a shotgun, so he can't jump. So he just kind of waddled for 30 seconds through IT. And then flanked 404 to get the kill. As we see Froyo.
Oh, but Jay in the forward.
Jay on the sniper has been terrorizing Froyo Tech. They dropped 2 players. No scout with the medic, and they are gonna get the cleanup kill on the Yite, but this is gonna get the Uber's gonna get forced as they do just onto the soldier. Nothing you can really do here. They're gonna try to get some ground onto mid, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to stay here. No demo. There's still a sniper on the loose, and Froyo's got the backup as 100B is getting their fort spawns that they still have to walk forward on the mid. It's gonna be.
I was gonna say. If you have any 2 classes you want to have for a post fight, you want your combo scout and your demo, and Froyo had neither of those. So I think they really favor just backing up, trying to slow it down. 404 has a very minuscule Uber ed. I don't think it's going to come into play again. Kaim is just taking down. There's about 15 minutes left, as it is a 3-3 game here.
Yeah, see Yom's really far forward, trying to pressure the sniper that they have again in sewer. He's going to go low, back out, and Showstopper's going to go down on the flank as 2 players are pushing through IT behind him. We've got 2 players on the mid. Eric does go down to Ash. And looks like that aggression on the flank is going to have to be stymied for now. But as it's even Ubers, Eric's down.
Cookie Jake wasn't building. He's at a huge Uber disset now. He's actually at about a 40% Uber disset as 404 got.
They were even just a second ago.
Yeah, he was just connected. I don't think anybody on 100B really recognized that, but that was a moment of very extreme danger. If 100B wanted to try and make something happen, there was an Uber ad that would have just been straight gifted to them.
Onto bot mode. Nothing, he just backs out.
Yeah, again, I think
this is interesting. We'll see
going to be really.
Sorry.
I think this is going to be really tentative play from 100B because at 3-3 with 15 minutes left, they do hold mid. They do hold more share of the map. I think they're going to just try and play it slow. And Jay's been hitting a ton of shots on snipe. He's going to miss the headshot onto Yomps picking up from that sewer area. They know he's there, and he's always going to continue to try and peek from that sewer area as it presents him the most opportunities.
Really low, but he's gonna be fine. Oh, he's really low again. He gets body shot, but he's gonna get bowed up. He's gonna be fine. Cookie Jake being the dispenser right now, crouched in the corner, not gonna get sniped. Come to me for heals, guys. I'm not moving.
Yeah, as Jay's just gonna be rattling off pot shots. The issue here though is he's gonna get the headshot onto Habib. Habib under 25. Oh, huge headshot onto Eric. Close range. Bane's gonna clean up Show in the chip, but Bane's gonna go down
as well. The bomb here from Blaze onto bomb. He gets saved by the Uber charge. Oh, huge flash saves the item as well. Better Uber from Cookie Jake, but he's got no one alive. It's just Habib with the super. They're gonna get Ash. Maybe Ash stays alive. How does he keep himself alive there?
And Habib's gonna go down.
Oh,
yeah, and Yomp should go down here. He's actually gonna get a really lucky arrow there. As once again, they get a better Uber on the side of 100B. Froyo with their very safe play. They might be rattled at this point, knowing that there's 13 minutes left. Like, if Jay hits another couple cheeky headshots like he did in that last push, that's potential for them to take the lead with very little time left.
Yeah, they're trying to push their sniper in through one
Oh,
here.
Jay!
Looks like he's gonna go down. Trying to go for the hero shot. But yeah, on that Uber, Cookie Jake couldn't walk forward. He was stuck behind the shield, hoping that the sniper couldn't get him, and his team was too far forward. We see Froyo pushing out here though. Yamsi get the
Oh, but the back cap! The back cap from Yite! That's gonna be a 4-3 lead here for the side of 100B, as the vines are gonna come out in the chat from 100B. They're happy about that one. As with just 13 minutes left, 100B takes the lead once again in the series.
They're up, was it 4-3 now for 100B? We'll see on this next mid. Bot mode's faster than Habib, but misses the ramp slide, so they're gonna get there about the same time. Showstopper is really far forward on the high ground again. Looks like Frio's gonna go to their left side. Is gonna rotate around 100B, get the soldier aggression onto the 100B choke, and be really aggressive on a bomb.
Oh,
he gets a nice both on 404 to stay alive. And the bombs from Showstopper and Ash are gonna clean up kills as Yite's gonna walk forward. It's just Manny alive. He's gonna go down. What an arrow from 404. I don't know if that saved the mid, but that was very clutch.
Yeah, and once again, Showstopper, I think, was the man of that mid, along with Ash. They were able to just get so much damage. That was a huge nuke from them. They were able to collect, I think, maybe a collective 3 frags between them. Showstopper got at least 2, and Ash got at least 1. And this is huge, huge upset potential here for 100B.
Danny just spawned. He's just now building the gun. So we'll see if they're even able to have the level 2 gun by the time 404 is ready to push. They got the 100% Uber. We'll probably gonna see a door 4 push again from this 100B roster. Gotta watch out for the sniper, gotta watch out for the traps. I see Sticky's on point this time. They're gonna use through, get pressure onto the gun, get the gun down. They're getting point pressure already, which is really good. They back up, the heavy's gonna be walking out from left spawn. They get the bombs from the soldiers, don't really get too much.
Oh, but they just cap it out! Oh my god, 100B wins 5-3 against Froyo Tech. That's coming into tonight, you know, I thought this was probably, I wrote this off. I was even saying before the cast, you know, like Froyo's gonna win this. It comes down to how many rounds that 100B can get. But a 5-3 once again, the core that of Ascent coming in the season with some new additions, some, you know, people switching classes and stuff. They pull out a huge upset. And they beat Froyo Tech on one of their best maps. I would say this map or Gully Wash is probably Froyo's most notable map, and they win 5-3. It wasn't even by a 1-round difference.
Yeah, that was really good. That last push they got the soldier aggression onto Froyo Tech, made them all look at their soldiers that just pretty much got mulched by the heavy, but Yite and Jay just stood on the point. Habib got the stickies down, wasn't able to relay them after deading once, and there's just nobody able to pressure the point.
Oh, that's a huge upset. That's what you like to see, though. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna still go out and say this. I'm waiting for the cheeky Banny tweet for them to do it on LAN. It happened the last time they upset them. It happened season 31 of ESCA when they beat them on Granary. I'm waiting for the cheeky Banny tweet. I'm looking for the Twitter drama.
I got his Twitter up right now, refreshing it as we speak, waiting for the tweet to come in. I don't see anything yet. Banny right now mauling at his computer. What went wrong? What went wrong for you? What did you see?
They just got the cap time. You know, I like as I was saying in the halftime, you know, I guarantee one of the things that 100B's talking about is, you know, I almost guarantee they're talking about how they can up their last push potential. They had a lot of opportunities in the last, and that second half they really showed it. They got less opportunities overall compared to the first half, but they converted them more. They were able to get more cap time earlier. They were able to bait Froyo to the point earlier, and that last push that won them the game didn't look very good for them at the start, but the bomb in from Ash really late drew a ton of Froyo Tech players out of position. Nobody was in a position to contest. Both scouts and 4-4 got on the point, and you know they already had half the cap. ×5 when you already have half the cap is realistically only like a third of a second, half a second, and nobody from Froyo could get in.
There's nothing they could do. You know what the biggest throw of this game was? Not re-executing config. We don't have logs. I'm upset. What am I gonna look at now? How am I gonna tell who's good at the game? How am I gonna tell who did good if I can't have the logs? Anyway, but yeah, just they got on the point. You know, those mids from 100B were so pivotal. You know, I think Froyo won 2 mids out of the, how many mids did we have? 10 or so throughout the entire game.
It was a 5-3 game, so there's 9 total mids.
9. Okay, that was close. But yeah, just winning on those mids, getting, you know, I think the last 2 rounds they won the mid, killed Cookie Jake, 4-4 stayed alive, and again, it comes back to 100B keeping their medic alive more than more than Froyo Tech. I think it didn't really matter in the first round because I think that there were a lot more scrappy fights, a lot of trading going back and forth, so the Uber advantage weren't as big of a deal. But when you lose a mid and you can't keep your medic alive, and the other team has their medic, I didn't really see any bombs onto 404. There's that one mid we went down to 3 HP and got lucky. He was able to avoid some pistol shots, but other than that, they weren't pressuring him enough. I think. Whereas Cookie Jake, maybe he was a little bit further forward, just was getting caught out a lot more by the soldiers and the scouts.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, I think overall that last half was really just defined by everybody at 100B stepping up and just playing together. There was quite a few times that like they were trading out scouts for soldiers, like the 100B soldiers were able to trade out with Banny or Eric, and that's really not what you want to see on the side of Froyo Tech. And I think overall, I think the man in our hearts for that game is Showstopper. He had a few really good mids against Froyo Tech. He had a couple of like, just really good rollouts early in the first half to pick off Blaze or Habib really early, and a couple of those epic last pushes on Heavy.
Yeah, so Showstopper's your man of the match. I think for me, I don't know. I think it was close. Showstopper played well. He got a lot of good picks, especially like you're talking about in the mids. I think Jay played really well. On the sniper, keeping his medic alive. I think there are a couple situations just by the presence of Jay sniping just freaked Froyo Tech out. I don't know. They weren't able to pressure him enough to where Cookie Jake felt comfortable enough coming out and using his Uber. He felt like as soon as I beat this corner, I'm gonna drop my Uber. And when you're playing with that fear, it's hard to have the confidence. You don't really have the confidence with your team to come forward. And like there were a couple of times where he wasn't able to save all his players, and they ended up having a terrible Uber trade because of it. And 100B capitalized on that really well.
But yeah, I think as I was saying before this, I think this is very likely what we're gonna see with two of these teams making it to LAN finals. It would not surprise me to see these two teams be the last two duking it out at RGL LAN finals. The season is the first time in over 3 years that we've had a league LAN finals. So, and I think this is only good omens for what we could see at LAN.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm excited. I'm hoping that it all comes together. Looking at the invite rosters right now, 100 Beasts on top. Froyo Tech down in third place right now with 1-1 along with Rat Jail. We got Dung Masters 1-1 as well as High Five Demo Man. 100 Beasts are the only 2-0 team right now. They're looking good.
You like to see it. Showstopper at the top of the invite standings. That's an epic XD if I've ever seen one. But I don't know if you have a ton else to add, xattuu, but I think that's about all I've got.
Yeah, I'm still in shock. We're looking at next Banny stream. Hopefully he still has some hair left after after malding for after this game, but we'll see. I think he's already in a pub, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next week. I think we got a lot more games, good games this season. Invites stacking up to look pretty fun this season. I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, and before I sign us off, do you have any shout-outs you want to make?
Shout out to everyone that I've been playing with since what year is it? It's been over 6 years that I've been playing competitive TF2. Honestly, this communities have been so much fun, so accepting to me, even though I'm a shitty medic main. Oh, excuse me, a bad medic main. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm hoping I can keep doing this, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to all the people that are stepping up across the board behind the scenes. Say people who are working for RGL, Capping TV, and just anybody who does anything behind the scenes for TF2. I may not be able to say all the names, but you know who you are. Big shout out to you guys, and shout out to all the people that are applying to work for TFTV. I'm gonna plug this really quick for Mitch, who I know is in the chat, but TFTV is looking for more staff. If you think you have anything you can contribute to TFTV, we're looking for writers, we're looking for casters. We're looking for more producers. Looster and Console are really the only two people we have, although I think Antlers is going to come back later in the season when his schedule frees up a little bit. But, if we have more people to do things, we can do more casts. If you want to see more great games like this, if we have more people, we can do more casts. So, yeah, Mitch is plugging the thread. So if you have anything you think you can contribute to TFTV, when I started casting, I got asked on like a random like Tuesday that I had off work from consoles, like, hey, you want to cast, bro? And I've been casting for almost a full year now. So if you think you have anything, any interest, any inkling of it, like opportunity, just go for it. And yeah, I think that's about all I've got. Big shout out to Looster on the camera once again, and for organizing all the stuff behind the scenes. This has been TFTV's coverage of RGL Season 2. This has been Week 1B, Froyo Tech versus 100B. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thanks for having me, Nick.